Okay, we're gonna have a special appearance from divorce attorney James Sexton. Okay, you see the caption? Oh, wrong tab. I hit the wrong tab. It says how single mothers passively aggressively ruin their children's relationship with their father. Right here, you're going to see another caption from a male Twitter user. He says, it's so hard explaining passive aggression, and this man just did it perfectly. So there are many ways that particularly single mammies, when they do things to passively aggressively ruin the relationship with the child's father. And what he's going to describe here in this video is going to be perfect. It's going to be a perfect illustration. And I see single mammies do this a lot. I would say in my case, most times single moms are doing this. And you just saw with what's her name, Halle Bailey, right? Whatever her name is. Anyways, just recently. But anyways, let's go.
Father's an asshole. Negative gatekeeping is hello.
Oh, fair use, by the way, fair use.
Oh, here it's your father. I just said your father's an asshole. I didn't have to say it out loud. And what's great is when the child's attorney or the judge speaks to the kid and says, does mommy ever say anything bad about dad? The kid's telling the truth when they say, no, she didn't say anything about dad. But she said, because here's the difference. What's the difference? Ready? Hey, did you have fun with dad? Oh, that's great. Where'd you guys go? Oh, you went to the park? Oh, that's nice. That's good. It was fun. Oh, good. Did you have dinner? Oh, what did you have? Pizza? Oh, good. I know you like pizza. All right, well, go upstairs, brush your teeth. I'm so glad you're home. I missed you so much when you were away this weekend. Oh my gosh. Are you okay? Yeah, you okay? Yeah, you had a good time. You were with dad? You went to the park today? It's so cold today. Oh my gosh, did you have pizza? That's all you had for dinner was pizza? Oh my gosh. Why didn't they give you any vegetables? Well, you know, it's okay. You know what? I'm going to make your favorite soup. Go ahead upstairs. And when you come back down, I'm going to make you your favorite soup and we're going to hang out and we can watch TV together. Okay. What did I just do? What did I just do? I just alienated that kid from dad I just said, are you okay? That means dad's dangerous. Why would I not be okay? I was with my dad. Like this is what the face of alienation is now, is this negative gatekeeping model. It's this very clever, insidious way of like, I could have been helpful, but I've been so much more. Father's an asshole.
Man, and there are many examples. I'm talking about real life examples, anecdotal examples, in my life, observing a lot of moms in general, like, especially when you're talking about divorcees. Oh man, they do this a lot. Like, or I would say the classic thing that you'll see like divorce moms do or single moms will do, like their kid will be at a certain school and they won't put them down as an emergency contact, or they basically make it where the dad has to check in with so many people before he gets to pick up his own son at daycare or child care or elementary school. They make it a whole ordeal, and what it does, it emasculates him in front of the son or the daughter, and it shows that, damn, every time that my dad has to come through, then he has to go through all of this. Maybe I shouldn't leave that alone. Or I'll give you another example. I've seen this where the kid wants to go with the father, and every time the kid brings up, oh, I want to go to dad's house or the father's house, the mom catches an attitude, or she goes into a hissy. She gets into an emotional fit to the point where the kid just stops asking. Then the mom can use that and be like, oh yeah, my kid doesn't even want to go to see his dad. I wonder why. I've seen that. I've seen that. So, and before we even get into the comment section, I want to break down the video one more time because I found it funny. It was a lot of hit dogs hollering in the comments in the comment section, because women do this. Women do this with the passive when it comes to death by 1,000 cuts, ruining the child's relationship with the dad, because they see it's a whole thing when the dad is trying to get involved and the mom is just blocking it. And since she has primary time with the kid, because usually the moms are going to get the weekdays, not the weekends, right? They're going to make it where they're going to make it hard for the dad. If he's not having a sexual relationship with the mom, they're going to make it hard for the dad to see the kid, and the kid will just pick up on it, and then eventually the kid will stop making the effort, unless if the kid has a very strong will and can see what the mom is doing is wrong, which I've seen that as well. So you ladies need to be careful of that, because some kids are smart enough to detect what you're doing. So you got to be careful of that. But the ladies won't be able to help themselves. But anyways, let's break this video down one more time.
Negative gatekeeping is hello. Here it's your father. I just said your father's an asshole. I didn't have to say it out loud. And what's great.
So now when you're in the family court, you can't really use that as evidence of child alienation. You can't. Or if you know if like say if the mom doesn't put down the dad as an emergency contact number, they can't the man can't use that as evidence in the family court. Or if she quote unquote forgets to let you know about an assembly at school for the kid. You know what I mean? Like that, those passive aggressive type things, women are masters of doing that. I'm talking about masters of doing this.
It is when the child's attorney or the judge speaks to the kid and says, does mommy ever say anything bad about dad? The kid's telling the truth when they say, no, she didn't say anything about dad. But she said, because here's the difference. What's the difference? Ready? Hey, did you have fun with dad? Oh, that's great. Where'd you guys go? Oh, you went to the park? Oh, that's nice. That's good. It was fun. Oh, good. Did you have dinner? Oh, what did you have? Pizza? Oh, good. I know you like pizza. All right, we'll go upstairs, brush your teeth.
That rarely happens. That I will say this, that rarely happens. And ladies can play dumb all they like when I say that. That I will say that rarely happens. Rarely. It's always gonna be there's always gonna be some snide remark, some slick comment, some undertone where, oh, is they feeding you? A lot of the times the kids they get interrogated once they come back from their father's house. That's one of the I will say that's one of the main reasons why they'll just stop asking to go to their dad's house, or they'll just stuff like that happens, or they'll forget their homework at their dad's house, and then it's a whole it turns into a mess. But I'll say another that interrogation. So right here, he just did like a positive form of okay, it's a positive form of checking up where it's not. It's almost like you came back from a cool field trip the way he's doing it, right? But women don't do it like that, particularly when we're talking about single moms or we're talking about divorcees, right? So now he's going to give you the negative, the negative checkup right here.
I'm so glad you're home. I missed you so much when you were away this weekend. Oh my gosh. Are you okay? Yeah, did you have a you okay?
So right there, are you okay? I missed you so much. These people don't pick up on this. You know, unfortunately, I grew up like when I was a kid, I would get in trouble so much. So I'll be in the principal's office so many times, but I went to school in the suburbs. So when I would be in the office listening to those teachers talk, because I'll be in the office all day because I'll be basically suspended, not necessarily on paper, but just the whole day. I got to spend the whole day in the office. The way I would hear older Caucasian women talk about the queens of passive aggressive ish talking down on people, talking ish behind people. What? So unfortunately, I pick up on these things, and people be like, "Damn, Chris, why are you so mad all the time?" When I was younger, but I'm like, you don't understand what she's trying to do. Like even to this day, like, or I'll say even up to high school, where I can just pick up on these things. Where I remember having to tell my mom, like, "Yo, I don't think you understand. Like my Spanish teacher, you're she's a piece of work." But my mom didn't get it. But I said that about a lot of teachers. But my mom didn't get it until she actually met up with the teacher, and she said some snide remark, and it ruined my mom's whole day. And I was like, see, that's just what she is. So when you talk about that passive aggressive thing, you know, these are the things where, you know, you got to. I say as a man, I will say because what's the benefit of being a man is most men don't really pick up on this. That's why they're a little bit happier in life. Really, they can smile about the simple things because they don't have to worry about these things, right? But I'll say this as a man, unfortunately, when you pick up on these things, you realize how much times women will do this. Particularly, like I don't even think it really matters the race of women, honestly, with that. But as a man, you got to be able to pick up on these things. And him as a divorce attorney, he already knows. He already knows. He's spot on right there. Asking, "Are you okay?" Like if like the kid was in danger or something.
Okay, yeah, you had a good time. You were with dad. You went to the park today? It's so cold today. Did you? Oh my gosh, did you have pizza? That's all you had for dinner was pizza? Oh my gosh, why? What didn't?
Or give you another example. This is how you. I always like this is another way, a technique to pick up on stuff like that. Just remember those when because what happens when you'll have like teachers at school. There'll be a kid in class that's has a lot of influence. The kid is basically taking control over the class, right? Most likely a boy. So to passively aggressively destroy him, not only does she complain to the kids' parents about what he's doing in the class, but she'll add extra stuff in there. It's things that are irrelevant to see if that will destroy his confidence in terms of his leadership. Now, it doesn't necessarily, because what it does, it doesn't necessarily just, okay, it keeps the boy quiet, but it actually, he ends up questioning his own self and his leadership. Because there are young boys, whether through good or bad, they realize they have an influence. And really, if because it's a female teacher, she looks at it as a threat. You know what I mean? That's why it's really, it's there needs to be more push to have more male teachers, but they're just not. Men are not. They look at that pay and they're like, no. But these are the passive aggressive things that, you know, particularly women will do. You know, these are the things you got to watch out for.
To give you any vegetables? Well, you know, it's okay. You know what? I'm going to make your favorite soup. Go ahead upstairs. And when you come back down, I'm going to make you your favorite soup and we're going to hang out and we can watch TV together. Okay. What did I just do? What did I just do? I just alienated that kid from dad. And I just said, are you okay? That means dad's dangerous. Why would I not be okay? I was with my dad. Like, this is what the face of alienation is now, is this negative gatekeeping model. It's this very clever, insidious way of, like, I could have.
And I'm very happy he highlighted insidious, because it's evil. It's evil. The ladies, they know what they're doing. That's another thing a lot of dudes need to understand. They know exactly what they're doing. They're not, oh, I didn't know I was doing this. They know. They know exactly what they're doing. Have you ever seen those memes when they talk about how men will talk about deep conversations with their girlfriend, whatever, and then it's just her having a blank face because she, quote unquote, already had this conversation when she was in 5th grade. Low-key, they're kind of snitching on themselves with that. Basically, they're telling you, oh, we already know. We already know. So whenever you hear women talking about, oh, I didn't know I was doing, she's capping. It's either she's lying, like it's either she's lying or she doesn't care, or it's both. You know what I mean? So it's never a matter of naivety when it comes to these reindeer games that women will play. They know exactly what they're doing.
I've been helpful, but I've been so much more. Father's an ass.
So yeah, this is, you know, these are facts. You know, parental, when we talk about parental alienation, but but particularly when it comes to these passive aggressive games, the passive aggressive long-term alienation. You know what I mean? And you'll have a kid grow up, man, why was my dad never there? Or, oh yeah, I just feel more comfortable at mom's house. It's just this is years in the making. This is a long-term thing. Now, here's how you know he's spot on. You're gonna have all the women in the comment section talking about this behavior is gender neutral. That's what you're gonna see all these comments. Oh, dads be doing that and grandmas be no. These are the things that particularly divorced moms be doing, and single moms. This is what they be doing. Primarily, they do these things because most of the time the dads, they'll just take the weekends. Most of the time they'll just be like, because they don't want the drama. They just don't want the drama that comes with fighting for that extra day. They're just like, you know what? I'll get the weekends. You'll take the take the weekdays. So there's no drama, because they be trying to move on with their life, but they know the woman that they're with, they're not going to have it. So right here, you're going to see a lot of comments like this in the comment section. It's hilarious. He says, I don't care if it's grandma, dad, uncle, auntie, Barney, or Mother Teresa. You absolutely need to ask your child if they are okay when they return from spending unsupervised time with someone else. So you're putting the dad in the same breath as grandma, uncle, and auntie. It's the dad. So the dad is now in the category of everybody else. This, with that comment, she doesn't even realize she's an alienator. Just with that comment. She goes, someone could be saved today and fighting demons tomorrow. Always ask your child if they are okay. She know, and women like this, she knows damn well when she does not question the child as much when she's with the dad, as much as she doesn't question it when the kid's with the babysitter or with the grandma on her side or the auntie on her side, whether it's from the other side. Now, if it's the auntie or uncle or the dad or anybody on dad's side, then she's going to be interrogating the kid and all this stuff. Like I said, they showed the stats. They said the abuse of kids usually happens with kids raised in single mom household. They shown the stats, but like I said, they don't care. I'm not even gonna look at the replies for that. I just want you to let me just go to just show you the main comments. They said, FYI, the custodial parent is not always the better parent, but y'all not ready for that combo. But I know what he's trying to say right here. He wants to say, because it's mostly women that usually gain custody of the primary custody of the kids. Somebody said he pretty much explained black culture. No, black women culture. You see how people are trying to hide the gender on the comments? That's how you know he's spot on, because they don't really even want to. Because he basically described a lot of people's moms. Because I'd have seen this. I'd have been in car rides with these. That would be funny, man. I just don't be saying nothing. I just be like, I'd be like, that's effed up. Here we go. So somebody said, my mama always said you will see for yourself, and I did. But at the end of the day, I guess in her case, if the dad was the problem, you still got to ask the question, okay, mom, why were you messing with this guy? Out of all the dudes you can mess with, you mess with the one dude that was like completely god awful. Because I always say like this. Is either you were messing with a dude that she knew she was taking a risk in terms of the guy was a player, or this guy was this, he was known to get around. You knew you was really supposed to be messing with this guy. It's either that or you had a decent dude. He wasn't perfect, but he was a decent dude. But you just did not believe in him enough to follow his program long term. And you're just like, let me just do it my way. I have postpartum, whatever excuse they want to come up with once they get into that in that bag. Somebody said, don't come in these comments mad when he ain't lying. Facts. Shout out to this girl right here. She says, mama too. He said he's a divorce attorney, so he sees it every day. Facts. They gonna act like he's lying or no. But what's beautiful in this comment section, they're not saying he's lying. They're saying, this is a parent problem. No, where they're basically leaving out who's the primary gender doing this. So right here, it's gonna. Oh wow, a girl's gonna sit here and tell the truth. She said, my mom used to do this with my dad, and the whole time she was the problem, not him. Yikes. But apparently people end up finding out. You see, he said this behavior isn't gender specific. That's how you know he's hitting the nail right on the head. You see? This behavior isn't gender specific. I told you they were going to say that. I told you. And I'll say this, I'm pretty sure even dads, like there'll be dads that'll admit, you know what? I've probably done something similar to this, even though they don't primarily do this ad nauseum. But you'll even, like, if you put dads on the spot and be like, have you done a form of this? And they'll be like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned the child support thing to my kids, because like dads will be guilty of that. Like they'll lash out, on the kids because of the child support, whatever. But really, the kids are not really supposed to be knowing about that, because at the end of the day, they just want you there when you're a kid, right? So even dads will even admit if you put them on the spot. But like if you ask women, they're going to be like, this isn't gender specific. And somebody said, this is what white women do. Black women will say exactly what they feel. That doesn't make it better. Parental alienation is parental alienations, whether white women doing it passive aggressively or black women just outright saying, yo, daddy ain't ish, which is a lie. So either way, that's bad. And plus, first of all, black women, they do that stuff too. He tried to act like it's just like a one race of women doing that. All dude. Somebody said Halle Bailey needs to see this so she won't make that same mistake. Yeah, because the other day Halle Bailey, she got caught by her fans with trying to do that with that parental alienation stuff, and she got called out on it. That's why she deactivated her social media, because she was getting called out. But this is, he's speaking facts. He's speaking facts.